Howdy, howdy, my girls and boys and girls. Chandler here. It's been a long time since I've done a video, so gonna do another competitive video, so please stay tuned for more content. I have been out lately, so just let it go for once. Next time, you guys can be mean in the comments about it, and I will put up with it. But, yeah. So today, we are gonna be discussing launchers and launches, and I want to just get a disclaimer. So the disclaimer is, if I talk trash on your way of launching, please don't get mad at me. Or if I talk trash on your launcher, please don't get mad at me. This is only for my opinions, and we're all entitled to our opinions. So now that that's over with, let's begin with the video. So just want to get this out of the way. The test bays we are going to be using are Storm Pegasus and Burn Phoenix, and Storm Pegasus and Burn Phoenix. Ironic, but it's very good cost. So what I want to discuss now is all different variants of launchers, different styles, and we can get into that right now. So there are two types of launchers. There are the good old ripcord, and then there's the good old string. Pretty simple. I like string personally, but I will use ripcord every now and again if I feel like it, usually when I'm bored. Some people like ripcord because it just gives you a lot more, control, because your arm doesn't waver as much. But people always like to say string gives you more power, and it definitely does. But if you can master string, you're pretty much set. Of course, style matters. There's so many different strings. There's left string, right string, LR string, and then there's ripcords like LR ripcord, left ripcord, right ripcord. And yeah, there's so many different variants of string launchers and light launchers. It's crazy. Like, for heaven's sake, what is this thing? What is it? What is it supposed to be? I can't even launch with this thing. It's so bad. Okay, maybe that's a little better, but yeah. So ripcords and string launchers taking time, different kinds of shapes over the years. Like, it went from a basic string launcher to this beast looking of a launcher, the LR launcher. Then you had the sparking launcher. Pretty simple. And yeah. I actually would say, out of all those powerful launchers, I actually like the long normal string launcher the best. It's much more manageable and much more controllable, and it allows me to angle and get in where I need to be when I need to be. Because it's small, it's compact, it's comfortable, and it's light. Of course, the ripcord launcher of choice for this video is the Phoenix Winder. Why is it not a Dragon Winder? Well, I just don't like thick ripcords. And plus, the Phoenix Winder is just feels so much better in my hand. For the Metal Fight String Launcher, we are using, I am not sponsored by eBay. Although I wish I was. Call me. You can actually put memes on this thing if you guys really want to. By the way, these things can get really expensive. They're like 25 bucks. I got mine for 12. Go me. I like it. I use a modified string launcher with a long bay launcher string. Like I said, I like it. It's light. It's comfortable. So I might as well put it on my string. For my light launcher of choice, I have picked L2 light launchers. Very handy, very comfortable. So yeah, we'll get into it. Now, of course, when you think of a bay battle, I'm going to use my Metal Fight stuff for this. You think of something like this. You think of tops going around and hitting each other out of the stadium. That's what the game is. But there is strategy involved, of course. I'm sure you've told your parents this. They just say it's luck. People say it's luck, and I get very triggered by that. But, say you have your stamina type sitting in the center of the stadium. Most new players like to, of course, launch flat. What does this do? Does it make you? It may make you look cool, but it wastes all of your endurance. As you can see, Phoenix here is going to be spinning for a long time, while Pegasus is wasting all of its low endurance on the outer edge of the stadium. When Pegasus finally comes into attack, it will be out of endurance, and the battle will be ended. How do we stop this? Well, let's take a look at Pegasus' attributes. It features a rubber flat tip and a great attack shape. which means it's an attack type, of course. Phoenix has a low friction bottom that'll gives it plenty of endurance, but low balance. So, this applies with all launchers. Now, most bladers is extinct is, I can't talk today, is to angle their launcher forward and then pull the string. This is a good technique, and it may work, but it's just not as effective as some other techniques. There are two other techniques I'm going to go over, because as you can see, if he gets knocked out, he's essentially just food for Phoenix. I mean, Phoenix is a tough opponent to beat, don't get me wrong on that. Yeah. But another strategy is the cannonball shoot. Now, I have to aim for Phoenix, and I just go for a hit. It's risky because you have no contact with the stadium, but if you hit it right, you can knock your opponent out of the stadium. Don't try this at tournaments, because if you lose and get mad at me, I will be very mad at you. Just don't. Just straight up don't. I've had a stormtrooper tell me don't. I'm going to quote him and tell you guys don't. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. So, another strategy is the good old classic sliding shoot. Now, you angle your launcher with the slope, and you get kind of thrust forward, and you get this beautiful flower. Now, you can see Phoenix is kind of out of the flower, like, going around where Pegasus wants it to be. Phoenix is kind of a tough opponent, I would definitely say. Like, he gets pushed around so easily because of that metal sharp tip, but, like, for some reason, he just doesn't get knocked around by Pegasus. Now, let's try that one more time, and we'll put them all into effect, and we'll hard launch. There we go. Oh, and knocks him out of the pocket. Awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. Let's clean out the stadium for a bit. I should actually have a towel on me. Oh, well. Of course, same applies with bursts. I am gonna regret using you, but, of course, yeah, you'll have your stamina type bay sit in the center, and you will have this, you may have the same flat launch problem. Okay, I regret even saying I'm gonna use these guys. I'm not gonna use Phoenix, I'll use Ragnarok. Glide Ragnarok, you're gonna be our example. Alright, so let's say you have your stamina type, and he's just sitting all plants in a boat with his head full of eyeballs in the center. Most new players, like I said, instinctually launch flat, wasting their endurance away before they can really make contact with the real target. Of course, with the current burst, the bays are a lot heavier, which means they gravitate to the center with more spin. That's pretty nice. Fun fact, the burst version of Pegasus is actually heavier than the Metal Fight version of Pegasus. Yeah. Yeah, Metal Fight fans, I'm sorry for saying that, but that is actually true. Of course, you can solve this by a cannonball shoot, which has seen a lot more effective uses in burst. Like so. But of course, you can always flower. God, I need a line with that. You can always flout, you can always angle it, and get knocked out of your pattern. Your whole strategy is you just want to go for bursts. Yep. And then you can always sliding shoot. Of course, you're gonna get I got hit out of it, but it's fine. I probably can score a burst. Who am I kidding? I can't. I'm Storm Pegasus. I don't score bursts on anything. Yep. Game over. But you get the gist. Alright, you know what? Ragnarok almost... Alright, yeah. Alright, Ragnarok's bursting today, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, now it's just getting more fun for me. I just want Ragnarok to burst this video. Alright, Ragnarok. Brave Valkyrie. Or KO works. Yeah, one-hit strikes also work sometimes. Of course, there are bays that you can't really control in certain manners. Some bays are too heavy, and what better to do it with an example is with all three three Valkyries. So let's start off with Brave after a controlled manner. Show you what you want your pattern to look like. Come on, Brave, get on launcher, please. Thank you. That's what you want. You want it to be, well, not that. You want to. Wow, he's gonna just, no. You want the bait to slope in near the center, landing big hits. Brave's so wide, so it really doesn't matter. Of course, some bays have tips that can't move as fast since the bay's so heavy. Like, let's say, my launcher's killing me, literally. 3, 2, 1, go. Like, sure, Slash can pretty well hit power decent. It's too heavy to really maintain it. And then it just goes into that really slow-moving pattern near the center, which no one likes, really. Sorry if the lighting is so bad. Wow. Oh, I'm really disappointed with my lighting this video. This sucks. Oh, didn't they look... Yeah, no, they looked fine on camera. They're, like, very vibrant. Of course, those are the basic launches. And now we're going to show you how I feel on launching these other launchers. Okay, let's start off with the worst ones. Phoenix Winder. How would I say when I feel launching this? I'd give it a 4 out of 10. It's just... there's something about the Burst Light Launcher. It's just so big. And the ripcords are just average length. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Alright, finish the video and then I'll get that checked out. Of course, let's say I'm launching a heavy bay like Heaven Pegasus. I feel the resistance, and that's what I want to feel. But, like, it's just... It gives some bladers amazing control, and so I'm like, I love those bladers who have amazing control with light launchers. I just don't have that control. It's not my launcher. It's not my ideal pick. And also, that took center really fast. Wow. The L2 light launcher, I'd give it a 4, not a 4 out of 10. I'd definitely give this, like, at least a 7. The reason it scores so much higher than the Burst light launchers is just, it's got the same wide ripcord, but its handle is so much farther out. And I get to grip it, and I just get to pull that out, and it just gives me such better performance. Like, say I have a heavy bay. I need to grab a 4D bay to explain how it feels launching a heavy bay with these things. But, like, pulling out this ripcord just feels so satisfying. Let's grab Beat Links. It's pretty heavy. It feels so nice. And, like, with this launcher with the bay pointer, I can grip it like this and then pull out. And it feels so nice when I launch it out. I'm doing it. I'm just going to keep doing it. It just feels so nice. It's a great ripcord, but it's going to take some time to master. Of course, that would also equal into my love for the compact launcher, which is just a slightly more, well, compact version of the L2, other light launchers. But yeah, that's it for the L2. It gets a 7 out of 10 for me. Now we move on to the Burst String Launcher. And I also want to discuss the other 2 launchers I have used in the past. LR String. Really heavy, great rotations, but they wear down fast, and it's really heavy and clunky and big. It's its own grip, for God's sake. Further reason for it being so clunky and so loud and just so rough when you're pulling it out, it doesn't get high on my list. It gets a 6, which I know a lot of you bladers are going to be really mad about, but I'm not a big fan of the LR launchers. They're just, of the new LR launcher. Like, the Metal Fight ones was just a string launcher, essentially, and it didn't have that whole, like, that really loud sound when you pull it out. And I don't like it. Not at all. Not my cup of tea. I mean, I thought the gear changer was kind of cool. Like, you just do that, and then you have an entire separate rotation. Like, that's honestly kind of cool. And then you switch it to that, and it goes that way. Really cool. I love that function. That's, like, the only thing that keeps this from being lower on the list. Sparking Launcher. This is definitely heavier than the LR string, of course, so that does give it a little less points, because I like my launchers to be relatively light. The sparking launcher is extremely cool, was an extremely anticipated launcher when it was announced. And I gotta say, for design choices, this launcher scores extremely high. Like, the reason this doesn't score is because those are stickers. Without them, it's just black, and then they just have a flame decal on most of them. This guy scores high just because of its just base design. Super cool, and the sparks give it extra points, but the real downside is its weight and its handle. And how... And it's definitely smaller, but it's like still big. So this guy definitely will get like an 8 on my list. Always will get an 8. Really good. Of course, I will always give this a 9. I have never found a perfect launcher for me in Burst. And that probably won't ever happen. Like, I love this launcher to death. I can use it with great effect. I have a lot of fun using it. It's just super light without a Baylogger, and it feels so nice, so much more control. Because like the only weight I really feel is the Beyblade itself, and that's perfect. So I know how hard I need to pull and just how I need to pull. It's more muscle memory at this point. Like, let's say I have a Bay like Lord Spriggan. Are you in right? You're in left. Shoot. Say I have Super Hyperion. It feels, if I could feel the weight of the Bay, like I feel the weight on the Bay of the launcher, and I know how I'm gonna go. If it's a lighter Bay, say, what's the lightest Bay I own right now? What's the lightest Bay I have out? Let's say it's a much lighter Bay like Z Achilles. I know I don't need to pull too hard to get my full rotation speed that I want. It's very nice. It's very easy to know how you're launching, and that's why I prefer the basic strings over the hefty LRs and the heavy sparking. As cool as that is, and I do love using this launcher. It's just that feels so weird in your hands compared to this, which is just so small and so smooth. Alright, next up, lastly, we have the Bay launcher. Sponsored by eBay, but not really. I'm going to remove that out. That's going to get annoying. Let's take this off just to explain this. This has the custom handle. I love how this handle feels. Like, it doesn't slip out of your hand right away. But if we're going to the basic handles, they're super smooth, and they come out of your hand easily. Which is the main part about these launchers that I love, is that how easy they come out of your hand. And just, it's so simple, but so effective, and it's really, really light. Like, I would even, does it feel lighter than that? It feels about the same weight as a compact launcher, which is really good, because I like my launchers light. This is like a 20-minute video of me going on a rant about launchers. And I mean, with a string launcher, it's just launch and go, and then you can launch another one in quickly if you want to battle with yourself. Like, seriously. Oh, now you decide to ring out Phoenix. Okay. But it's so nice, and with a grip, you have plenty of different options. You have a forward option, and then you have a sideways option. And like with the sideways option, of course, with the 3-segment, you can adjust it to fit how you want it. You pull, and you just pull. It's so easy to use if you can manage to learn how to let the string go as you pull all the way to the end. And that's why this gets a 10 out of 10 on my list. I think the Metal Fight string launchers were super simple. The handle designs were perfect. Were flawless, of course. I kind of like this because this is more what I'm used to. But the shape was perfect. The amount of attachments to the grip were perfect. And just overall, how it felt, it's a flawless launcher. It's just a 10 out of 10 launcher. I can't say any more about that. But overall, with all of your launchers, no two launchers are always the same. That should be a bumper sticker. You'll have plenty of variations and plenty of just different styles for each generation. It's all that. It's just all of this mess. And I mean, who couldn't blame them? Launchers are probably one of the most important things about Beyblades, besides this. And I wouldn't even say, I would say they're much more important than the stadium. but they are not more. The tops are important, but the launcher is probably the most important thing. So, thank you for watching my video. If you liked this video, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Have an awesome day. And I want to bring up one more thing. I am super sorry that I haven't been uploading. It's just been, I've been taking a break. I've been spending time with family. I've been doing projects for my family and stuff like that, and getting driver school done. Also, join the Discord if you haven't already. We have a lot of fun down there. You guys can stay tuned because we may have giveaways in the future. All that stuff, pretty awesome. Hope you guys all have an awesome day. And, wait, hang on. Beyblade.